Hello Cowboys Nation, welcome to another video, and without further ado, let's get to another round of news from America's team. Unfortunate news emerges on Cowboys quarterback amid start of training camp. The race is on as the Dallas Cowboys search for a new backup quarterback. Dak Prescott has solidified himself as the team's franchise quarterback, but the veteran will have a new backup when Week 1 arrives. Cooper Rush and Trey Lance both departed in NFL free agency, creating a wide opening at quarterback 2 in Dallas. The Cowboys acquired Joe Milton in a trade with the New England Patriots this offseason. Additionally, Dallas has Will Grier returning, who joined the team's practice squad last November. The early indications point to the backup quarterback race appearing to be a bit one-sided. All signs point to the Cowboys giving Milton every opportunity to win the backup role behind Prescott, putting Grier's future with the franchise in doubt. Let's dive into the latest news on the Cowboys quarterback competition behind Prescott. According to the Dallas Morning News, Calvin Watkins, the early signs point to the Cowboys wanting to make Milton the backup quarterback. This makes sense given Dallas gave up draft capital to acquire Milton this offseason. Cowboys trying to give Joe Milton the number 2 quarterback gig, Watkins detailed in a July 21, 2025, message on X. We'll see how Will Grier responds. Dallas' strategy in acquiring Milton appears to be similar to how the front office viewed trading for Lance. Unfortunately, Lance's tenure in Dallas never lived up to the lofty expectations that came with being the former number 3 pick in the 2021 NFL Draft. Milton is already shining during the first week of training camp practices. Backup quarterback Joe Milton's arm strength and athleticism have been on display, The Athletic's John Machota wrote in a July 24 story titled, Cowboys Camp Observations. With Prescott being in his 10th season, it's highly unlikely he will do much, if anything, during the preseason. That's when Milton will really get an opportunity to show off his arm and running ability, when needed. Cooper Rush was a more polished veteran backup, but Milton has a much higher upside. It should be fun to see how he progresses throughout camp and the preseason. Punches thrown as fight breaks out at Cowboys' second camp practice. It didn't take long for the Dallas Cowboys training camp to devolve into absolute madness. To no one's surprise, America's team is once again embroiled in multiple controversies, whether it's the Micah Parsons contract drama or Jerry Jones taking a shot at and finding Trayvon Diggs. To make matters worse, it seems like the madness has spread into the practice field on Wednesday. On the second day of training camp in Oxnard, California, the Cowboys saw multiple fights break out during practice. Per team insider Calvin Watkins, things got very heated between multiple players, resulting in veteran safety Marquise Bell throwing a punch at fellow defensive back Troy Pride. The latter was reportedly on his knee after getting hit in the neck. Second day of Cowboys training camp gets testy with multiple fights. At the end of the fight, Brian Schottenheimer brought the troops over. Marquise Bell threw a punch during the fractious event and punched Troy Pride in the neck. Pride was on a knee for a few moments. Everything is good now. This update by Watkins was preceded by a social media post that said a fight broke out between Bell and tight end Tyler Neville. How Pride got involved and suffered a blow to the neck is currently unknown. Immediately after this incident, Watkins revealed that another fight almost broke out before it was stopped. Second-year offensive lineman Tyler Guyton was reportedly a part of that incident. Head coach Brian Schottenheimer reportedly brought the team together afterwards, and things seem to have calmed down, Watkins saying, "Everything is good now." There is an obvious benefit to the head coach bringing his team together and making peace between the parties. Even though there may be animosity between the players after the incidents, they must stay on the practice field as a sign of healthy and intense competition. These sorts of outbursts are common in a contact sport like football, and more fights may break out over the next couple of weeks. As long as they aren't blown out of proportion, the Cowboys can move on with little to no harm. When it is the Cowboys, however, it's hard for things not to be blown out of proportion. Every drama is amplified, sometimes by choice on the organization's part. Hopefully, that is not the case here, and the team can get back to preparing for the new season. Cowboys could be eyeing veteran linebacker Josey Jewell after Panthers release. Could Dallas be on the verge of another low-risk, high-reward addition to its linebacker room? After the Carolina Panthers officially released veteran linebacker Josey Jewell, league sources believe the Dallas Cowboys may be quietly monitoring the situation, and could soon make a move. Jewell, a 7-year veteran and former fourth-round pick out of Iowa, spent his first 6 seasons with the Denver Broncos before signing with Carolina in 2024. Despite a disappointing season for the Panthers overall, Jewell remained productive. 97 total tackles, 3.5 sacks, 7 tackles for loss, 4 QB hits, and an interception in just 12 games. That type of output hasn't gone unnoticed, especially in Dallas. The Cowboys' linebacker core remains one of the biggest question marks on their depth chart. While they made a bold trade for Kenneth Murray Jr. earlier this offseason, his inconsistency across multiple seasons and history of underperformance still raise red flags. Jewell, by contrast, has built a reputation on smart instincts, steady tackling, and defensive leadership, 3 things this Cowboys defense could desperately use behind Micah Parsons. One concern, Jewell remains in concussion protocol, which is a legitimate red flag with training camp approaching. However, reports suggest that teams are willing to be patient, including Dallas, which has made a habit of buying low on undervalued veterans. With several injured players at the linebacker position, adding Jewell, even as insurance, could be a savvy move. No official visit or workout has been reported yet, but there's growing buzz that Dallas is among the teams doing background research. If Jewell gets medically cleared soon, don't be surprised if the Cowboys make a quiet but calculated push. After all, this front office loves a bargain, especially one with starting experience, leadership, and playoff toughness. Would be a good signing. Leave your opinion in the comments, like and subscribe to the channel.